June 15th, 2010. We're looking at my giant vegetable garden here in New Jersey, and we're off to a good start this year. In fact, this is probably the best start I've ever had. One of the tallest plants is this one right here. This is Tidal Marsh by Giant Amaranth Hybrid. This one's pretty big. It's getting up here. I'd say it's probably at least 7.5 feet tall right now. Now this one has a stalk on it. Last I looked, probably about 16 inches around circumference. And as you can see too, these are heating cables. I'm running heating cables under the ground, heating this entire patch. Now all this corn here are Chihuahuas, different accessions. Some are from the USDA, some are from Mexico. These ones here I grew last year. Now the ones I'm real happy with are this other accession I got. This one's getting close to 6 feet from the leaf whorl. This just shot up the other day. This was pretty quick. Here's another one. This one's a little bit behind. Here's my tallest pure amaranth. This is definitely over 6.5 feet right now. It's up there. That was from seed from 2007 that I saved. Now these amaranth in the front are seed direct from the USDA. These are old seed that I got quite a few years ago, but I was able to get to germinate. This is the tallest set of the USDA right here. It's about 6 foot. Here's another 2007 that's a little bit behind the other one. Here's a German by Craven sunflower. Here's a Chihuahua back here. This one's getting shaded out a bit. I might have to tie this back to make sure this gets some light. Here's some Montanas, different accessions. These are from Colombia. These are Amaranth Hybridus by Giant Amaranth. These are sterile. You should have red flowers. This one's pretty good. This is all heated too. Running cables through here. So this is the garden I really focus on and do most of my work with. You can see I have black fabric across this whole thing. Hopefully I'm heating things up a bit. Now this garden here also has heating cables in it. Here's a German by Craven sunflower. I had a whole row here, but they got flooded out, so they all died when my gutter got clogged and water ran over during a heavy rainstorm. Here's another giant amaranth. This is just sitting right here in the corner. Here's a ornamental hybrid, or ornamental amaranth. Here's some self-sown sunflowers. I'm just letting them grow, see what they do. Now here's some giant parsley. I got this from Dave Brenner from the USDA. He has the current world record at 7 foot 9 inches. His first year growing. I won't know what's going to happen next year with this parsley. I'm not going to know until next year. We'll see what happens with that. And here's some tall verbena. I like these. Just let them grow. As long as I keep them sheltered, they keep coming back every year. Now this amaranth over here, this garden doesn't have heating cables. I have black plastic under a lot of the Chihuahua over here, but this amaranth here has really taken off standing under it. This is definitely getting tall. This is about 7.5 feet. This has blown away everything else. This was way behind and somehow just caught up. This was seed saved from 2008. I suspect It may have some tidal marsh amaranth in it. The leaves are a little bit smaller. They're still big, but it seems to have, you know, quite a bit of giant amaranth in it. Now this is a pure giant amaranth over here. This was in 2007, and that seed's pure. See, these leaves are a little bit smaller, so. These amaranth over here, I dug up from over here where the tree fell. They were on the other property, a whole bunch of seedlings, so I dug a bunch up before they weed whacked them all. And this one looks very tidal marshy to me. I might cut this out. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to keep that. I'm starting to crowd up my Tahua back here. The Tahua corn is from Mexico, southern Mexico near Guatemala. I grew that last year. It was around 25 feet, 26 feet. Got quite a bit of it this year, given an early start. Now these amaranth here are all self-sown. I'm just letting them grow, see what goes on. This one I did plant. This is 2007. Another self-sown. Over here we have teosinte. It's very similar to corn. It's what corn's probably descended from. It has many stalks coming from the base, unlike corn, which is usually one. The teosinte, I've never had go to seed. I've never had tassels or anything. Hopefully this will do good this year and I'll get up. I had 15 foot last year and it all collapsed, so I have it up against the trellis. I'm going to tie it up. These sunflowers are all from Arizona. They're all from the USDA. Rated at 5 meters. Here's a self-sown amaranth. These are 2007 amaranth. This one's doing pretty good over here in the shade. Some corn back there. Different kinds. I think Argentino from Ecuador. Now here's the main garden over here. This garden I'm not really focusing on. It's definitely behind the others. I'm not really giving it the care, but seeing if anything good comes out of it. Now my biggest amaranth so far is this one right here. This one's about 6 feet tall. This is a hybridus by giant amaranth. This should have red flowers. It should be sterile. Biggest so far out of all the amaranths. You can see its neighbors, nowhere even close, just tall. This one I believe is the same thing. Now the corn here, these are different accessions of Tahua. These are a little bit behind the other ones, but they're still pretty tall. Some are Tahua Olaton, most are straight Tahua, and there's one Montana on the end here from Colombia. Here's some sunflowers. These are German Craven sunflowers. Getting pretty tall, probably about 6.5 feet tall. This patch has a lot of different varieties of corn. I'm kind of trialing some. I believe this is from Argentina. This is called Argentino, Chilo Huanda. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. This was BH Dent from Ecuador. Some more Tahua. Some of these are Camba from Bolivia. In the back here, in front of the big row in the back, are all a lot of Pyronarania from Colombia. Some more sunflowers. These are Arizona. And these bigger ones here are German ones. And you can see all the self-sown amaranth seedlings. They're growing everywhere. These are all from last year's planting. Self-sown everywhere in here. The big ones in the back are planted, but these ones all through here are all self-sown. I'm letting them grow, seeing what comes out of it. Really getting beat up by the cucumber beetles, but alright, so that's a tour of the garden. I'll have some more updates for you later in the season. Thanks, bye.